Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in the yesterday class, we was discussing about different types of approximation of the PN junction diode along with its equivalent circuit diagram of the PN junction diode, the DC equivalent circuit diagram of the PN junction diode. These things we was learned. At the same time, we also listed out few parameters between the ideal approximation as well as the practical approximation. With the help of those lists, we got to know that for fabrication of an PN junction diode, what are the precautions we need to take? Precaution in a sense, for the practical diode, the cut-in voltage for the silicon, it will be 0.7, correct? The reverse, the forward resistance, it will be in terms of 10 ohms. The reverse resistance in terms of an mega ohms, correct? So for increasing as well as for decreasing some of the parameter equivalent to its ideal value, what are the precautions we need to take at the time of fabrication of the PN junction diode? These things we was discussed in the today's classes with the help of the approximation of the PN junction diode, what we was discussed in the last class. Okay, so before entering to those discussions, I mean to say for the fabrication of a good diode, what are the things we need to do or what are the precautions we need to do, correct? So before discussion of those things, first we will learn some of the application of the PN junction diode. In those applications, how the PN junction diode it will be contributing its disadvantages. That thing we will list it out based on the help or based on the idea of those application of the PN junction diode. Later on, we will move how we can overcome those disadvantages at the time of an fabrication. Correct. So now the very famous or the very familiar application of the PN junction diode is rectifier circuit. Correct. So what is the necessity for using the rectifier, types of rectifier, operation of the rectifier, output of the rectifier? This are all the things we was discussed in the last class in the lab sessions, right? In the lab sessions we was discussed, correct? So anyone, will you tell me the operation, working operation of an full wave rectifier circuit? Full wave rectifier circuit. I will give it 2 minutes of time to you. Anyone, will you brief how the full wave rectifier circuit it will be work and how we are getting the pulsating DC output? And later on we will move to the disadvantage of the full wave rectifier and how we can overcome that. Anybody? Anybody? In the main examination also, actually rectifier concept is too lengthy. Generally, they will ask for 8 or 10 marks in your main examination as well as it is in the test. Okay, so hence once you enter into this particular rectifier, means application part, you need not to write a circuit diagram, waveform, relevant equations and all for discussing that particular application. Just within the 2 to 3 line in terms of text, you can describe the application of an PN junction diode. You need not to write all the diagrams and all. Just for understanding purpose, I have put it in the PPT. Anybody, will you explain the working operation of an full wave rectifier circuit? I don't want very detailly, just I wanted to know you people know the concept of an full wave rectifier or not. Nitin Jain. Nitin Jain. Prashant.
It is a circuit which converts both half of AC signal to pulsating DC.
Yeah, will you explain the working operation, how this particular circuit it will be work? What the definition you was told, rectifier definition, it's correct. The rectifier is a circuit, it is used for converting AC into an DC. Exactly, you are right. But how your full wave rectifier it will be work when you are applying the positive off cycle as an input and when you are applying the negative off cycle as an input, and how you got this kind of an pulsating sinusoidal sinusoidal signal.
So during positive half cycle, D2 is reverse biased, D1 is forward biased. So the current flows through RL and
Yes.
the capacitor gets charged.
Okay, with capacitor, we not required here. Just explain the full wave rectifier concept. That is enough. Yeah, this is all about during positive half cycle. When you are considering or when you are applying the negative half of the cycle as an input to an diodes, which diode it will be conduct and which diode it will be become reverse bias.
So D2 will be conducting and the current will flow through RL in the same direction.
Yes, correct. So when the D1 it will be conducting and R D2 will be conducting. Just check it out here, this circuit diagram. During the positive half cycle, D1 will be conducting, D2 will be goes to the switch off mode. Correct. So in that condition, your closed path, it will be like this. Just check it out here. This one D1, just follow the arrow mark here, D1, then RL, then finally the circuit it will be closed in such a way that the current it will be flowing through the RL resistance. Correct. So now the current through the RL resistance, when you are applying the positive half cycle as an input signal, just check it out. It will be flowing from top terminal to bottom terminal. Correct. At the same time, when you are applying the negative half cycle, the D2 will be conducting and D1 will be goes to the switch off mode. Correct. So that time the current direction it will be like this: D2, then RL, then finally it will be reached to the initial stage. Correct. So during negative half cycle also, the current it will be flowing from top terminal to bottom terminal through the load resistance RL. So the current direction it will be same for both half of the cycle. Hence I am writing the output waveform like this. Correct. So this is the working operation of an full wave rectifier. In the place of an full wave rectifier, you can take the half wave or you can take the full wave bridge rectifier, anything, any one of the concept you can take, and you have to give the explanation within the 3-4 line without writing the circuit diagram and without writing any waveform and all. If time permit, you can write the circuit diagram as well as the waveform. No problem for that. Correct. So at the same time, after knowing the application of an PN junction diode as an rectifier, anyone will you conclude what is the disadvantages of the rectifier at this particular moment? What is the disadvantages of the rectifier? Easily from the waveform easily we can judge what the conversion it happen with the help of an full wave rectifier circuit. It not smooth DC. Correct. So just check it out, the comparison between the input signal as well as the output signal. The average value of the input signal it will be 0 because of the input signal it will be consisting of both positive half of the cycle as well as the negative half of the cycle. When you are going to take the average value of that, definitely it will be become 0. Correct. But when you are taken the average value of the output signal, it consisting of an only positive half of the cycle. Correct. So hence the average value of the output signal, it will be the positive quantity. It will be the positive quantity. Correct. It will be the positive quantity. Correct. So hence easily we can identify that some DC component it will be present in the rectified output. Correct. So with the help of an appropriated filtering technique, we have to extract the DC component present in the rectified output. We have to extract the DC component from the rectified output, or we can remove the AC component from the rectified output. In both the ways you can define. Correct. So with the help of an appropriated filtering technique, you can isolate the DC component in the rectified output, or with the help of an appropriated filtering technique, you can eliminate the AC component present in the rectified output. Anyway, you are isolating AC or DC. Correct. So okay, this is all about the rectifier part. Anyone will you tell me what is the disadvantages of the rectifier when you are using the PN junction diode for designing the rectifier circuit? It may be a half wave, or it may be a full wave, or it may be a full wave bridge rectifier. With respect to efficiency, with respect to ripple factor, with respect to percentage of R, with respect to PIV, easily we can say that, I mean, compared to half wave rectifier, full wave, it will be good. Correct. But generally you can take the concept of an rectifier generally. Correct. So generally you can take the concept of an rectifier. What is the overall disadvantages of an rectifier? It may be a half wave, or it may be a full wave, or it may be a full wave bridge rectifier. Generally, what is the disadvantage? I think even this discussion also we are already made in the lab sessions. Disadvantage. Okay, correct. So here, which type of a diode we are using here for designing the full wave rectifier circuit? It is the ideal diode or it is the practical diode? In your laboratory, it is possible you to get the ideal diode for designing any circuit diagrams, circuit?
No, sir.
No, obviously we have to use the practical diodes, right? Correct. So there are various types of a practical diode. It will be there. It based on the current category. It is a low current diode or medium current diode or high current diode. Based on the current rating, we have a different types as well as we have a different manufacturing companies. We have a different manufacturing sectors. Correct. So based on that, the diode names it will be changed based on those companies doping concentration, the cut-in voltage and some other parameter. It will be a differ from diode to diode. It will be a differ from diode to diode. But generally, when you are using a practical diode for designing some of the application of the PN junction diode, definitely it will be contribute. Cut-in voltage will be equal to something, forward resistance it will be equal to something, reverse current it will be equal to something, and for reverse resistance it will be equal to something, and reverse breakdown voltage it will be equal to something. Correct. So this all the parameter definitely we are not able to get as like an your ideal values, as like an your ideal values. Definitely correct. Practical means definitely there is a deviation compared to your ideal. It may be a 1% or it may be a 2%. Correct. So deviation means it is a deviation. Changing means it is a changed value compared to ideal. Correct. So here when you are using the practical diode for designing so on so applications, correct. So just check it out here. If it is a silicon, the cut-in voltage of the silicon diode, it will be 0.7. Correct. It will be 0.7. Correct. So within or less than 0.7 voltage, we are not able to do the rectification process. We are not able to do the rectification process behind the 0.7 voltage. Then only we can do the rectification within the 0.7 voltage. It may be in the positive direction or it may be in the negative half of the cycle. We are not able to do the rectification process. Correct. So this is a one major drawback of an PN junction diode. Correct. So hence for getting the 100% accuracy, for getting the 100% accuracy, or where you require the 100% accuracy, correct. So there you need to take so many measures for construction of a very good diode. Correct. So this is the one conclusion we got from the rectifier concept. Correct. So then we will move to the second application of an PN junction diode, that is what we called as an wave shaping circuit. That we called as an wave shaping circuit. Correct. So just check it out here. With the help of an rectifier, either complete positive half of the cycle nor complete negative half of the cycle we can eliminate. Sometimes even rectifier circuit is also called as an clipping circuit. Sometimes the rectifier circuit is also called as an clipping circuit because of the rectifier circuit. It is used for completely eliminating any one of half of the cycle, correct. But here completely negative half of the cycle we are eliminating. Just check it out here. The output waveform of the full wave rectifier, complete negative half cycle we are eliminating. Only positive half of the cycle we are getting or we are retrieving across the load resistance RL. Hence this is also a clipping circuit. Correct. But what is the specialty of this particular clipping circuit? It may be a single ended or it may be a double ended, or even there are two categories are there: a series clipper, parallel clipper. Correct. So anyone will you guess which circuit I have displayed in the PPT? This circuit is belongs to series clipper category or parallel clipper category? This circuit is belongs to series clipper category or parallel clipper category?
Series.
Series.
Series or shunt? Just check it out very properly.
Sir, series.
Series or shunt? Series or shunt? Okay, so this is a one type. Now this circuit is belongs to series or parallel.
Series.
ಇದು series ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದು series ಏನಾ?
Shunt, sir.
Yeah, this is series clipping circuit, right? Your half wave rectifier circuit. It is a series clipping circuit. Correct. So when you are entering to this particular diagram, it belongs to shunted, shunt or parallel. Both the words are same. Shunt clipper or parallel clipper, because of the diode you are connecting parallel to the input signal. But in this case, the diode you are connecting series to the input signal. Correct. So this type of an connection we are called as an series clipper. This kind of an connection we are called as an parallel or shunt clipper. Parallel or shunt clipper. Correct. So this is the circuit diagram. This is the output waveform. This is the transfer characteristics. What exactly the transfer characteristics we will discuss in the laboratory sessions. Who is going to teach this particular experiment? They are going to discuss very detailedly what is transfer characteristics, what is the help of that, everything they are going to discuss. Correct. So anyway, I have already displayed the output signal as well as the transfer characteristics of this particular circuit diagram. Correct. So now anyone, will you tell me what is the difference between this output and this circuit output? Look the output waveform very carefully. This is the series clipper. It may be whatever. It is a rectifier output. Correct. So this is the output of the rectifier output. Correct. So this is the output of the parallel clipper. Output of the parallel clipper. Correct. So what is the difference between those two output waveforms?
Sir, here the peak is clipped off, sir.
Yeah. So in this circuit diagram, we are not eliminating or we are not removing completely either positive half of the cycle or negative half of the cycle. Just we are removing part of the output waveform, part of the input signal. Correct. What is the definition of the clipper? The clipper is a circuit. It is used for removing just only part of the input signal. Correct. The clipper is also called as an slicers. The clipper circuit is also called as an slicers. Correct. So just check it out here in this circuit diagram. In this output waveform, we are not removing completely the positive half cycle. In the positive half cycle, just only portions, one portion. Correct. Only one part of the signal just we was removed. It is clear. Correct. So this is a one type of an clipping. Just then coming to the double-ended clipper circuit. Correct. So here either, I mean both the side, positive side also we are clipping part of the signal, negative half of the cycle also we are, the part of the signal we was removed. Both the side, only just part of the signal we was removed. Correct. So this kind of an circuit design we called as a single-ended clipping circuit. This kind of an design we are called as a double-ended clipping circuit. Correct. So just interchanging the orientation terminal of the PN junction diode as well as just interchanging the terminal of the DC source, we can clip the required position of the input signal. Adu estadru agbodu. Correct. How we are going to tune your power supply value and how we are going to put the orientation of the PN junction diode and how many diodes you are going to use for designing so on. So this kind of an circuit diagram, based on that required amount or required portion of the input signal you can remove and you can obtain the expected output waveform. Correct. This is the another application of the PN junction diode. This kind of an circuit we are called as an wave shaping circuit. This kind of an circuit we are called as an wave shaping circuit. Correct. So now tell me, what is the drawback of this? What is the drawback of this kind of an clipping circuit? Actually, I didn't explain the designing part of the clipper and how the clipper circuit it will be works. Actually, in this concept, in this topic, you need not to explain what is clipper and how it will be work, and you need not to discuss. Actually, here it not required at all. But you have to speak few things about the clippers. What is the necessity for using the clipper and what is the drawback of the clipper? Only these two things you needed to write in the theoretical concept. In the laboratory, we will discuss everything. No problem. Correct. So now, with the anybody, will you guess what is the disadvantages of the clipper circuit? It may be a single-ended or it may be a double-ended, whatever it may be. What is the drawback of this? Okay. So how we are going to set a position for removing some part of the output waveform? How we are going to set the position? With the help of which component? With the help of which component you are going to set the position for removing some portion of the output waveform? See the circuit diagram. You will get the answer. Pranav, are you there? Sumant?
Sir,
Yeah.
diode it was.
Diode, the cut-in voltage of the diode, it will be fixed, right? Once you taken some diode for designing a clipper circuit, correct? So it is offering cut-in voltage will be equal to 0.6 or 0.3, it will be 0.5. Definitely that parameter it will be fixed, right?
Yes,
That
sir.
parameter you need not to change. Then how we are going to set the position for clipping at 2 volt or at 3 volt at 4 volt depends upon our requirement. Along with the diode, which element we are using for designing the circuit diagram?
Resistor.
Resistor, okay, just it is an current limiting factor.
Reference voltage.
Reference voltage, just check it out here. The output of the waveform at 2 volt, I wanted to up to 2 volt. I want the output waveform. Above the 2 volt, I wanted to remove off. Above the 2 volt, I wanted to remove off. Correct. So then how we are going to achieve this particular position with the help of an V reference as well as with the help of an cut-in voltage of the diode. Let us take the cut-in voltage of the diode. It will be equal to 0.6. If it is a silicon diode, it will be equal to 0.6. Correct. I wanted to cut behind the 2 volt means how much voltage I needed to supply for the V reference value. How much voltage I needed to set for the V reference. You people are very good in network analysis, right? Just applying the KVL and tell me the value. How much voltage I have to provide for the V reference for getting V naught, it will be equal to 2 volt. Cut-in voltage of the silicon diode, it will be equal to 0.6. Just applying a KVL to this particular loop and tell me the value of V reference.
2.6.
Just check it out. Don't make and confuse with the sign. Apply KVL equation very properly. V reference, just check it out. In this loop,
Minus
there are
2.6.
no, it's not 2.6. Apply the KVL. It is a simple equation, right? Okay, first of all, tell me the KVL equation. Tell me the KVL equation for this loop, second loop. Starting from V reference, I am going in upward direction, then I am coming downward direction. Tell me in this direction, which equation you are going to get when you are applying the KVL. Anybody? Fast. Prajwal?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just tell me the KVL equation. You people know how to apply the KVL or not? Jayant? Jayant, are you there? Both the Jayant.
Sir.
ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ KVL equation ಹೇಳಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಲೂಪ್ಗೆ ತಪ್ಪಾದ್ರೂ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ. You first you have to participate in that. Anyway, I am here, right? Just tell me the KVL equation for the second loop.
So what will we write for diode?
Diode, okay, let us take VD. The cut-in voltage of the diode, obviously we are represented as an VD, right?
So V reference plus VD.
Correct.
Minus V naught is equal to 0.
That's all. V reference plus VD minus V naught, it will be equal to 0. I wanted to calculate V reference, right? I want to calculate V reference, correct? So V reference, it will be equal to V naught minus VD. V reference, it will be equal to V naught minus VD. What is the value of V naught? What is your required position?
2 volts.
2 volt. 2 minus VD. VD value, cut-in voltage of the silicon diode, it will be 0.6. 2 minus 0.6. What about V reference?
1.4.
That's all. When you are keeping V reference will be equal to 1.4 up to 2 volt, it will be allow the signal, correct? So once it increase the supply signal, it will be increased behind this limit, it will be removed off. It will be removed off, correct? Or otherwise easily you can calculate. Just check it out. CR1 ನಾವು across ಯಾವ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ CR1 ನೋಡಿ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ. The series component of power supply as well as the VD, right? Across these two components, we are measuring the output voltage, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, across these two components, we are measuring the output voltage. If ಎರಡು component ಅಲ್ಲಿ one component ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, VD will be equal to 0.6. VD will be equal to 0.6. VD will be equal to 0.6 ಆದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಎಷ್ಟಿರಬೇಕು 2 volt ಬರಬೇಕಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1.4. It is very easy way to calculate. Correct. At the same time, just check it out the polarity minus plus. Correct. It will be in series. Correct. These two voltage it will be added up. Correct. So in such a way that I am going to fix the value of an V reference to getting the required position. This will be happen for the positive half cycle. The same way for the negative half cycle. Just check it out. Positive, negative, positive, negative. Across this term.
Sir, the negative terminal of diode is connected to positive terminal of V reference, so it will act as open circuit, no?
Exactly, you are right. Correct. So just check it out. How much voltage I have provided here? V in 10 volt peak to peak. 10 volt peak to peak means what about the positive peak value and what about the negative peak value?
5 and 5.
Yeah. How much voltage you are providing with the help of an V reference?
1.4.
Yeah. When V in will be equal to 0, your V reference it will be dominating. When your V reference it will be dominating, the diode D goes to off mode, switch off mode. When V reference is dominating, VD goes to switch off mode. When V in it increases than the V reference. When V in is dominating than the V reference, ಅಥವಾ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ P type semiconducting material is more positive than the V reference or than the N type semiconducting material. Correct. So in such situation, this V in it will be dominating. When V in it will be dominating, the diode it will be conducting. Artha aita?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when V in is dominating the V reference, the diode it will be conducting. But up to 1.4 volt, the diode it will be switch off mode due to V reference. Once V in is behind 1.4, the diode it will be conduct. It is clear? Correct. So in such a way that your clipper circuit it will be work. At the same time, using this clipper circuit, I can remove either some portion of the positive portion of the signal and some portion in the negative side. Correct. So okay, this is the working of an clipper circuit. Okay, no problem. Then anybody will you tell me what is the drawback of this circuit? Again, actually here we have to listed the drawbacks actually, instead of the discussion of how the circuit it will be work. But if you know the working operation, then only I can list the drawbacks. Then only I am discussing these things. What is the drawback? Again, which diode we are using for designing clipper? It is the practical diode. correct? So practical diode parameters ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೇನಿದೆ? Cut in voltage 0.7, forward resistance 10 ohm, reverse resistance 10 mega ohm, reverse current few nano ampere for silicon, VBR up to 75 to 80, correct? So these are all the practical values, right? These are all the practical values, correct? So at the same time, the diode is required for its conduction minimum of an 0.7. Minimum of an 0.7. It may be turn on or it may be turn off. Correct? For turn on more than 0.7, for turn off less than minus 0.7. Correct? So up to that particular voltage range, we are not able to remove off. We are not able to remove off. ಈಗೇನೋ ನೀವು 2 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ನಾನೀಗ 0.5 ಕಟ್ 0.5 ವರೆಗೂ ಅಲೋ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, 0.5 ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ it is possible to do that. Very smaller signal.
No, sir.
It is possible to do with the help of an practical diode. It's no, it's impossible. Correct. So this is the one again. Once again, it is the drawback of the PN junction diode. Correct. So at the same time, what are the what are the parameters we was listed for the practical diode? Those parameters are not fixed. We can vary, we can enhance. Correct. But at the same time, all the parameter I am not able to enhance. Correct. I can enhance only the cut-in voltage or forward voltage, correct, or reverse current. Any one or two parameter I can enhance with the help of and some other techniques, but I am not able to enhance all the parameter. There is a trade-off. There is a trade-off or there is a compromise. There is a compromise between the parameter. If you enhance the 2 parameter, the remaining 3 will be same as like the practical. Or if you enhance the 3, the remaining 2 will be same. Such kind of an compromise we have to do. Correct. So ಈಗ ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Correct. So next we will move to the next parameter, how we can enhance the some of the parameter of the practical diode. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್. The first technique is band gap. With the help of an band gap, which parameter you are going to enhance? At the same time, what is the drawback of that? What is the drawback of that? Correct. This all the things we will list it out and we will discuss one by one. The first one is the band gap. The second one is the doping concentration. The third one is the guard ring. The third one is the guard ring. Correct. So if you use this 3 technique, which parameter you are going to enhance? With the help of this, what are the disadvantages you have to face? Both the things we will discuss now. Correct. So band gap andre artha eno normally? Band gap, energy gap.
Difference between valence band and conduction band of electrons.
Exactly, correct. So in the energy band diagram ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸುಲೇಟರ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಸೆಮಿ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ನೀವು ಬರೆಯೋದಾದ್ರೆ you are going to write a 3 different bands. One is valence band, forbidden band, the another one is the conduction band. Correct. In between the valence band and conduction band, there is a energy gap. That energy gap only we are called as an forbidden band. Correct. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, for designing so on so application of the PN junction diode, you have to choose a very large band gap kind of an semiconductors ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Very large gap of an semiconductor energy gap. ಈಗ for example, let us take the silicon as well as the germanium. Correct. So what is the energy gap value for the germanium and what is the energy gap value for the silicon? At T will be equal to 0.
3.1.
No. If energy gap is more than 3.1,
1.1.
More than 3, more than 4, it belongs to insulator. We are discussing with respect to semiconductors. Please be aware of that. Why your insulator is always act like an insulator? Why we are not able to convert it into an semi or conductor? Annadike nan example kottidini, uttara kottidini nimge. Correct. So when you are trying to put more than 2.5 electron volt of an energy to the electrons, those electrons are present in the valency band. Adu burn agbidutte. The physical shape of that particular material itself, it will be turned off. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ತರ, ಈಗ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ನ ನೀವು ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಸಮ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ವುಡ್ ನ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನೀವು ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಬರ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Correct. So we are not able to give more than 2.5 electron volt of an energy to an electron, those who are there in the valence band. Maximum up to 2.5 we can give. The energy gap is more than 3 electron volt. Definitely those kind of an element is belongs to insulator. ನಾವು ಸೆಮಿಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಜರ್ಮೇನಿಯಂ. ವೆನ್ T will be equal to 0, what is the energy gap? ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೆಮಿಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. 1 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವೋಲ್ಟ್ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ, ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ಜರ್ಮೇನಿಯಂನ?
Silicon.
Yeah, for silicon energy gap value it will be equal to 1.2 electron volt at T will be equal to 0. At room temperature, energy gap of the silicon it will be equal to 1.1 electron volt. It is clear? For the silicon, 1.2 electron volt at T will be equal to 0. For germanium,
0.6.
Around 0.5.
0.75. 0.75. In some textbook they are telling 0.6 something, and some textbook they are telling 0.75, but less than 1. But less than 1 or less than silicon. Less than silicon. Correct. So obviously compared to these two, correct, energy gap ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋ ತಗೋಬೇಕಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ ಜರ್ಮೇನಿಯಂನ? ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ನಾವು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ we will prefer or we will use only the silicon diode for designing so on so circuit diagrams or so on so experiments. Correct. So now coming to the reason, what is the reason behind that, or why we are always choosing only the silicon than the germanium? What is the reason behind that? Anybody? Anyway, answer is already in front of you. ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ವೈ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಗ್ಯಾಪು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುವ ಸಿಲಿಕಾನ್ ನಾನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ನನಗೆ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜು?
So it can withstand high temperature.
It can be withstand high temperature. High temperature ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? It increase the VBR value. ಅಲ್ವಾ? It will be tolerating the maximum of an reverse voltage. Temperature ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು. Correct alva? That is the one thing. Okay, your answer is right. What is the reason for that? How it will be work or how it will be withstand for the more temperature when you are choosing the silicon than the germanium? What is the reason for that? Okay, so if you are choosing the more energy gap kind of a semiconductor for designing so on so elements for so on so circuit diagrams, what about the cut-in voltage? What about the cut-in voltage?
It will be more.
It will be more. Even the cut-in voltage is also increases. If you are choosing the more energy gap kind of an material, the cut-in voltage of such material is also increases. Correct. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ cut-in voltage of the silicon is to 0.7, cut-in voltage of the germanium is to 0.3. Easy. ಈ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನೀವು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. Correct. So if you go for behind that cut-in voltage ಅಥವಾ energy gap ಇರೋದನ್ನ ನೀವು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ definitely the energy depletion region width is also goes on increases. Correct. So depletion region goes on increases, electron tunneling it will be happen or not?
Yes, sir.
Electron tunneling, the depletion width is increasing. Don't make an confusion with decreasing and increasing. Electron tunneling andre ಏನು? Easily electron it will be move from p type to n type. Depletion region ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ electron ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ p type ಇಂದ n type ಗೆ?
No, sir.
No,
No.
sir.
Yeah, the electron tunneling it will be absent. Correct. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಆಗದೇ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ yes it will be happen, but ಒಂದು ಮೈನರ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಅಪ್ ಟು ಸಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅಥವಾ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಪೇರ್ ನೀವು ಹೈಲಿ ಡೋಪ್ಡ್ ಪಿ ಎನ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಡಯೋಡ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ನೀವು ಲೈಟ್ಲಿ ಡೋಪ್ಡ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟು ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಆಗದೇ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Correct. So andre when the thermal excitation in the electron hole pair ಏನು increase ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ದು depletion region ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಾಗ್ಲೇ ತಾನೆ when the electron hole pair it will be releases the reverse current it will be start increasing. When the reverse current is sharply it will be start increasing, your diode it will be damaged. That condition only we are called as an Zener breakdown ಅಂತ ಒಂದು category ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, avalanche breakdown ಅಂತ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು category ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ. Correct. So anyway energy gap it will be more. Energy gap it will be more ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ here breakdown it will be happen due to the avalanche breakdown. The breakdown it will be happen due to the avalanche breakdown. ಇಲ್ಲಿ width ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ electron tunneling not absent ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, it will be small in small rate. Correct. So when the electron tunneling it will be in the small rate, the electron hole pair generation is also small quantity. Correct. It will be small quantity. Correct. So hence for maximum temperature it will be withstand. Andre temperature ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ up to that extent it will be tolerating. Correct. So you keep on increasing, definitely the extent it will be become more number. Due to that more number of a minority, the sharp reverse current it will be initiated in the PN junction diode. Due to very sharp reverse current, definitely the diode it will be break up for some extent. Correct. But compared to heavily doped, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ electron hole pair generation ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ, electron hole pair generation ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ವರೆಗೂ ನಿಮ್ ಡಯೋಡ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Correct. So this is a one advantages if you are choosing the large energy gap kind of an semiconducting material for fabrication of an PN junction diode. This is the one concept. This is one concept. Correct. So ಅದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ conclude ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ನೋಡಿ. Correct. So silicon is generally preferred over germanium for power rectifier because of wider band gap, lower leakage current and higher breakdown voltage. Higher breakdown voltage, lower leakage current. Correct. So due to this advantages, we have to choose the silicon than the germanium, or generally we are to choosing the wider band gap kind of an semiconductor for designing the PN junction diode. Correct. So this is the one concept. Correct. For enhancing so on so parameter of the PN junction diode. Now we will move to the second parameter, that is doping concentration. That is doping concentration. Correct. So detailedly we will discuss this concept in the next class. We will stop it here. Correct. So anybody have any doubt in the today's class topics, what we was discussed?
No, sir.
Any doubt?